welcome you to Adelaide Arena in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. U16 actions between the RA St. M's and Boston Hockey Academy. Matt Gillis on the broadcast with you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Jensen Karlstrom between the pipes for the Dukes. Gavin Beal from St. Louis, Missouri between the pipes for the St. M's as we are underway here in the first. Can the U16s add to what has already been a positive Sunday on the outside? U15s notched a 10-1 victory over BHA in the game right before us, as Tegan Ingwerson tries to flick that one around from the outside. Griffin Davy Dom Soma picking up right where they left off last season along with Ingwerson. And Jensen Karlstrom from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, has to make a quick save. Nico Bromley. Griffin Davy chased that one around the back corner. Dom Soma is going to come back to pick this one up. Soma for Ingwerson. Bumped at the line. Chased by Davy. Bromley gets the overlap here. Bromley and Davy work that one as Kaysen Beats chases that one for the Dukes. Beats from Chesley, Canada, against the 14 of Griffin Davy from Mansfield, Massachusetts. Soma dumps that one in. Sinktel uses a quick little line change. Ingwerson, the big bodied, will push that one right into the boards. Was able to hold it there, and a lot of time for Matty Tardy. Tardy wrapped it around the boards for Soma. Couldn't get a full hold. Soma flicked that one over for Jacob Rhino from Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia. Now, Rhino, one of the newer players to this Mount roster, as we have our first transgression of the game, and it is the aforementioned Rhino as he is headed to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Rhino along with Jackson Vates, Cam Tab, Elliot Duguay, Matt Bolduc, Chris Pallone, and Andrew Niner, and a shot and a score on the power play right away. And the Dukes on the board first. A hard kick at the blue line from Ali Hahn. Logan DeWar is going to get the assist. And Dukes on the board on a power play goal. Tristan Hagerman gets tied up and offside called. Is trying to work with that one a little too quickly. May have been the 22 of Warren Dudelin. Ace Bond, who, believe it or not, his first name is actually James. Therefore, he is James Bond in the flesh. Beal had that one off of the blocker pad. Tristan Hagerman flicked it as it's chased into the corner by the 5 of Cam Tab. Cam Tab, Wilbraham, Massachusetts, one of those newer players to this team that we mentioned. The other two players that are new to the Mount side, Giacomo Caleri and Joey Andriozzi. Now, for those of us who are part of the broadcast team here at Fantilli Sports Network, they are not by any means new to us. Caleri was at Bishop Hendricken last season. Andriozzi was an East Greenwich Avenger. Called their names plenty of times during their time there. Pallone has that one tip off of his stick. And Beal will have to loop it around the backside boards. Chased on the far side by Vates. Jackson Vates, Mullica Hill, New Jersey. That is farmland in the south of New Jersey. I drove through that area plenty of time. I used to live in the South Jersey area in Cherry Hill, and I spent a lot of time in Palmyra and Mullica Hill, especially at Apple Farm. A tripping call will be made here, as down in a heap along the ice was Bates. And the 20 in white and red as well. So it sends the 19 of Jaden Evans to the box. So the Hyundai Falls, New York native will sit and think about things for a moment, as this one is patrolled by Duguay along the backside. In front, opportunity. Second attempt from Bud. Third attempt on the inside. And all of it blocked out by Karlstrom, as Matty Tardy couldn't get one home. Vates. Bond will chase this one back. 1:10 left to go on the advantage. Rhino has it tip off of him. Vera works there along with the 16 of Dewar. Dewar has the assist on the Duke's goal scored by Alihan. Bond for Duguay. Tardy off the side of the post. Ingwerson couldn't bring it down. This one's going to go all the way down, and icing will get called. Bring a stoppage of play with 12:25. Saints Hockey on Fanzoli Sports Network, brought to you by Stanley Tree, employee owned and operated. Visit StanleyTree.com for more information, and by Hampden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop. Face-off trickles through, can be picked up by Vera. Bolduc took a bit of a tumble. Through the neutral zone for Griffin Davey. Davey dumped into the boards. Comes back for Bolduc. Bolduc sends that one across. Far side on the stick of the 17 of Soma. Soma got his legs cut out from underneath him by Vera. 4 seconds to go on the advantage as another Saints player goes to the ice. It's Davey this time, and Perzikov takes this one. Zarkov in the back corner. Soma's able to peel it out. Kick save from Karlstrom. Soma at the blue line. Pazurkov and Beats. And it was Beats chasing that one. Got held up. Tegan Ingwerson. Ingwerson pushed it deep, and they try to hold on to it. Line change for the Saints. Hagerman off of Hagerman as he sent that one all the way through. Tab for Caleri. Niner. Andrew Niner, aptly named last name Santa Clarita, California. That is Niner country. Soma. Offside is the call against the 7 of Pazurikov from Yaroslav, Russia. Line changes for both sides here with 10.5 left to play. Dewar. Puck bounces around to the defensive zone for the Saints. Curled over as they were trying to look for Tab. Tab for Caleri. Caleri rolls one into the back corner and then gets rolled into the back corner himself. Puck pop back out to the blue line for Niner. Dances over top of Niner's stick. Dottelin. Dottelin sent one and it was past Beal. Curled back and off of the boards. Hagerman. Turnover. Sent wide by Hahn. Hahn has the lone goal of the game. It was a power play goal back early here in the first period. Beal pads that one aside as Caden Gristini had a hard shot. Gristini, Las Vegas, Nevada native, called his name a number of times last year as we saw BHA play against the Saints, and there is Gristini again. Pallone tries to work through. Pallone fires! Save made by Karlstrom. Bates. Pallone has Bond right behind him. Goes back to Bates again underneath Andriozzi. Trying to see if he can pull that one through. If you saw Ocean State hockey last year, and all of our high school games, had a chance to call Joey Andriozzi a couple times during his time at East Greenwich and remarked about the fact that at so many times he will look like one of the smallest players on the ice. Do not mistake the size of Joey Andriozzi for his speed, skill, and ability to just play at an absolutely ridiculous angle sometimes. He will skate so fast, he looks like his body is at like a 45-degree angle and will just have absolute power on the puck. And we're going to see that a lot this year as we go through the Saints season. Gavin Beal makes the save. And we get that face-off to the left-hand side. They'll work it around for Tardy. Tardy drops one for Jacob Rhino. Bromley from the blue line area didn't even get to him as the slot pass bounced off. Jake Giacoppi for the Dukes. Backside Duguay. Duguay dumps that one in the corner. Saints will go for a line change. Picked up as it horseshoed around by the 18 of Tardy. Tardy continues to work with it along the side boards. Near side to our broadcast position and stuck behind the frosted glass. And we don't mean frosted in reality. It's condensation on the glass because of the temperature difference inside the rink to the humidity, especially from the weather outside. And that's a huge hit, and we might see more than just two. And it is. So a 2-minute minor for boarding, a 10-minute misconduct. Caden Gristini will serve the minor penalty as Jake Giacoppi will sit. Power play for the Saints as they try to get things back on frame here. 7 and change left to go in the first. Bolduc Worked that one forward for Davey. Ingerson along the backside. Bolduc thought about it as it bounced off of the boards. A hold inside for Bromley. Nico Bromley looked for a slot, couldn't find one. Bromley tries to go to become the slot player. Bolduc captures that one at the blue line for Ingerson. Ingerson horseshoes it around for Davey. Davey, Ingerson, back for Davey once again. Bond up at the top of the blue line calling for it. Comes back for Bolduc instead. Bolduc stops, changes direction. Bolduc fires one, hit traffic and kicked away by Karlstrom. Bond past Bolduc. They switch sides of the ice. Bromley out there as well too. Line change is going to go for the Saints as it's picked up here at neutral ice by Bond. Bond carries it in as Ingerson to work with him. Rhino is out on the ice now as part of this penalty unit with Tardy. Vates joins them and the 5 members make up the power play unit with 20 seconds left to go. Shot, kicked, save Karlstrom, comes back for Rhino. Bond once again, looks inside at Rhino, comes back for Bond. Bond holding his stick up, waiting for it to come back to him. Rhino doesn't bring it back, came back around the opposite side, shot, score! With 1 second left on the power play clock. And it's going to be the 18 of Matty Tardy who sticks it in. And we're honors even at 1. Five and change left to go here in the first. Back square after the Tardy power play goal. Caleri had it on his stick. Hagerman. Tristan Hagerman will push that one back across the blue line as he collides in there with Vera. Worked in front of the BHA bench. Hagerman and Vera continue to tangle. And we'll get a face-off for offside. .447 as that one rolled all the way to Beal. Extracurriculars after the play. Maybe they, iron unkind on the hard shot from Jaden Evans. Teutons. Arturs Teutons, Riga, Latvia. Leaves that one sitting behind the net. Now he'll go ahead and start that one out. Kentaro Kubota and another whistle and a stoppage of play and offside again. Fans-Only Sports Network proud to be the broadcast production company of the Eastern Hockey League's HC Rhode Island. The second season of HC Rhode Island kicks off on September 16th as they take on the Vermont Lumberjacks from Thayer Arena in Warwick. We'll have all the action on Hockey TV as Fans-Only Sports Network proud to be the production home of HC Rhode Island for another season, and proud to be back with you here from Adelaide Arena for another season of RIC&M's hockey. Beal kicks that one away. And a whistle and a stoppage of play, and a Dukes player down behind the Matters. And they are going to send Nico Bromley to the box. So the Hebron, Connecticut native will have 2 minutes to think about his transgressions. It scoots underneath the stick of Krauseman. Chased. And an opportunity as it went off of Tardy for a shorthanded goal and a 2-1 lead. Tardy will push against Teutons. They still tussle with each other in the corner. Tardy looking to try to get that one kicked. Logan Dewar, I believe it was, came into play. No, check that. It was the 15 of Krauseman. As I said earlier, if you were watching the U15 game, and I may have mentioned this at the beginning of this game, we were trying to look through very foggy glass to the left and right side of us. It is the difference between the chill of the ice and the condensation from the outdoor humidity causing the foggy glass, so it makes things directly to our broadcast left and right near to our camera position really hard to see. Donnellan got dumped down. Beal makes a save as that one's flicked in by Vera. 2 left to go here in a very fast-paced, fervent, and exciting first period. Plenty of opportunities from both sides. 1 goal apiece. Both power play goals. Merrick Rogers for the Dukes. Hard side. Beal stretches out for a save. Gavin Beal had Ian Vera on one side and the 5 of Trent Coleman on the opposite side, and went completely out to be able to make a couple of really big saves. Hard shot off of Beal. Return fire came from the 19 of Jaden Evans. Davey tried to go through the neutral zone. Hagerman has that one bounce in front of him. Tristan Hagerman spins it around. Ryan Hornberger sends it back across for the 2 of Andrew Niner. Niner deflects it off of the backside boards. Ingerson chased it. Inside is Tab. Tab has that one poked away from his stick by the 33 of Karlstrom as we cross 1 minute left to play here in the first period. Ingerson cuts inside. Tab gets into the mix of things there as Ingerson pulls that one back, looking for Davey. Beats. Left it. Davey pushes Beats into the boards. Hornberger will send it around. Hornberger carries this one out of the zone quickly with 30 seconds left to go. Hornberger making some moves there, left it for Ingerson. Ingerson was on the wrong side of the blue line. Turnover as the Dukes work. Beal's going to make this save. The arm's going to go up, and we're going to get a penalty on Dom Soma for cross-checking, and there is a severely broken twig laying along the corner of the boards. You are not repairing that one, because I think the blade is broken off on the bottom too. As the butt end of the stick was broken in one area, the blade was broken right at the bottom point of the shaft, and you're not getting that one to be fixed. .153 of power play time to go as the horn will sound here in a couple of seconds to end the first period of play. And Gavin Beal will make another save to hold things at 1. Ali Hahn struck first for BHA. It got tied back up by Maddie Tardy. And we're 1-1 after 1. The Zamboni's going to come out to resurface the ice. We'll take a break to resurface ourselves. You're watching RICNM's Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network. 1-1 after 1. As we welcome you back to Adelaide Arena here in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, opening weekend. As the RA St. M's looking to put a positive point to the proceedings here on Sunday. .141 of power play time remaining to start the period. And back into the box goes the 26 of Jake Jacoby, serving the remainder of his misconduct penalty on the backside of the boarding minor that he was given. That's going to be offside. Icing. Slow start to the second period as we've gotten through 20 seconds. Bond. Tardy. Rhino. Oh, he slid it. He had the whole hold on that one until all of a sudden the puck went one way and Jacob Rhino went the other way. Matty Tardy into the corner. Comes back for Bond. Bond fires one kicked aside by Karlstrom. Back in front once again and an opportunity to be turned. And Rhino was looking for a bit of redemption. Through the neutral zone, Prozorikov, and that one will be whistled offside. .29 seconds remaining in the advantage. Bolduc sent that one off of the backside boards. Ingerson waits for it at the blue line. Ingerson will get it as he works with Jackson Bates. Ingerson poked it through. Bates. Ingerson becomes a slot player now as Bates got shoved out of the play down in the corner. Hornberger from his own blue line past Ingerson, looking for a little help from Davey. Taking Ingerson inside, and that one caromed right off of Karlstrom's helmet. Ingerson from Lincoln, Nebraska, now home to the world record for the largest attended women's sporting event in the world when they had 92,003 pack the stadium at University of Nebraska for the women's volleyball game the other night, and it broke the world record for the largest attended women's sporting event. Bigger than the UEFA Women's Champions League final, bigger than the World Cup final. Karlstrom will corral that one into the corner. And our hellos as well to the Ingerson family, who we know tuned in so many times last season, as did all of the other Mount families. And we thank you so much for your viewership all last year, and we hope you enjoy the show that we'll bring you this year. Bond waited for that one to horseshoe around. It didn't come all the way around the ice, looking like it's dying a little on the left side. Karlstrom took that one in the breadbasket and decided to hold on. Becomes an odd issue with some of the early season games, and then we see this happen in the late season games. That temperature differential, that atmospheric differential. And you get dead ice sometimes. The water will not set. Niner. Bond. Taken away by the 9 in green of Caden Gristini. But then the 10 of Caleri for the 5 of Cam Tabb. And Tabb got rolled out of the play. Comes back again, once again, Jaden Evans. Evans trying to work there with Kubota. Bond save made from Karlstrom. Tabb, Soma got one, and it's paddleboarded up into the netting from Karlstrom, and Karlstrom will get a dab from his teammate, and that's Jaden Evans, also shaking his hand a little bit. Pair of 7s as Hagerman and Puzarakov go. Zaryakov, Hagerman. They're still tied up down in the corner. Finally, they separate. Tugay, Soma, Pallone for Hagerman. Chris Pallone, Toronto, Canada. And Toronto, Ontario is a hockey heaven. Mark Rogers. Trent Coleman. Coleman sent one. It caroms off of the backside boards before it comes out for Beal. Plenty of hockey in Toronto, Canada. From the Maple Leafs to the Marlies. All the junior side programs. Had women's hockey in Canada with the Toronto Six. The PWHL is getting all reimagined, and that's going to be a new thing. Vates. Bolduc. As Bolduc tried to send one into traffic, getting dumped down at center ice as Vates. No call. Net got knocked around and a whistle sounds. The old school spike pegs holding the net in place here in Adelaide Arena. Ryan Hornberger will chase back defensively as coming after him was the 19 of Evans. Evans dumped it down. Dewar from behind the net sends that one back out for Evans. Evans in traffic. And Beal was able to kick that one aside. Logan Dewar, Fredericton, Canada. Another little bit of a hockey city. Feel though like you could almost pull up any city in Canada and end up calling it a hockey city. Beal holds that one on the save. The attempt from Ali Hahn, who has one goal on the day, looking for a second and a stoppage of play. 10:18 left here in the second. All right, St. M's Hockey on Panzoli Sports Network, brought to you by Stanley Tree. Employee and operator, visit StanleyTree.com for more information, and by Hamden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop. That is an icing. Beal, and it sat on the doorstep. He made this save and unable to put it home. It was a 13 of Easton Larson. Bromley, Davey hit hard into the boards. Ingwerson behind the net. Has that one peeled away from him, but Trent Coleman. Ingwerson flicked it back, was looking for Bond. Instead, it lands onto the stick of the 20 of Charles Cameron. Charles Cameron, Massena, New York. Right wing on the third line with Dewar and Beats. And icing will be the call, stops play. One more game left to play here from Adelaide Arena today on this opening weekend. It'll be the U18s in action against BHA. Face-off time expected to be around about 5 p.m. Eastern time. As Gates Michelli, Jaden Sakura, David Earhart, Patrick Fitzgibbons, Jack Montaldo, Colton Whitfield, Kai Menzel, Noah Mertz, familiar names and faces to the proceedings on that U18 side from activities of the year past. And a lot of new players for us to introduce as we go through the course of that game. Tab fired one, trickled just up over top of the crossbar. Along the back side, trying to peel it out is Caleri. Players flying everywhere. That's Hagerman's body getting dumped down as his legs got cut out from underneath him, and I think we're going to get a penalty on the 11 of Merrick Rogers. Check that. They're going to call it on the 8 of Ethan Brown. So Brown will take a seat in the box. Tardy and company will go to work. Tardy right in front, and an opportunity there. Vates was looking for a second attempt. Couldn't get around. Vates sends this one back to the blue line. Duguay has that one at the blue line. For Rhino, back for Duguay. Duguay fires one. Left sitting as it pounced off of Karlstrom's blocker pad and was floating up in the air. Backside boards off of the Zamboni doors. And right up into the seating, coming at our broadcast position. And that one may have actually hit the wall. May have hit the wall and caromed all the way back. Face-off win by Coleman. Flicked that one around. Kept in by Bond. Bond again from the sideboards. Far side from us. Off for Rhino. Rhino, shot, kick, save. And will be held by Karlstrom. Stoppage of play. A minute left in the power play as we play here with 7:38 left to go in the period. Soma slots out across the blue line for Bolduc. Davey fired one through traffic, and it kicks into the corner. Vates. Soma. Bolduc. Back in the corner again, Davey. Comes across Bolduc up top, and Soma on the one-timer. Back to Bolduc again. Bolduc one-timer inside. Kicked aside by Karlstrom. Griffin Davey. Davey dropped one for Bolduc. Fired, trickled aside the edge of the post. And again as Nico Bromley sends one across the edge of the post. Bolduc. Penalties expired. Back to five-a-side hockey. Loose puck. Karlstrom will get on top of it. As sliding inside in the red and white was the 6 of Nico Bromley. Six and a half left to play here in the second as we stay on the 1-1. Ali Hahn for the Dukes. Matt Tardy for the Saints. Kubota. Cameron slotted that one in the middle looking for Larson. 3 on for the Saints here. Hagerman for the 20. A Pallone and a save. Sorry, check that. Pallone, great shot. I thought there was another tap after Pallone made that shot before Karlstrom made the save. There was not. It was just Chris Pallone's shot. Hornberger tried to wrap that one around the backside looking for Niner, and it caroms into Beal. And he will put the stop to it as right on his doorstep was Larson. Easton Larson, Salt Lake City, Utah. And Salt Lake City in the news for more than just hockey. The Utah Grizzlies, of course, the known hockey team, minor league hockey of Utah, but Salt Lake City, who previously hosted an Olympic Games, in the news because there is a likely bid to come out to host the 2030 Winter Games in Salt Lake City. '24 Summer Olympics will be in Paris. The 26 Winter Games is Cortina d'Ampezzo in Italy. Then the 28 Summer Games in Los Angeles, California, before we get to that 2030 Winter Games, and Salt Lake City being talked about as a possible host site again for a Winter Olympic Games. And a lot of hockey memories from that winter tournament during the Olympics in Salt Lake City. through the neutral zone and a one-on-one opportunity. There's Beats. Tried to go against Beal and sent it high and wide. Picked up by Caleri. Tab. Could not get a full hold on that one. Oh, Caleri! What a play right in front. And Karlstrom shut the door. Rogers drops one. Prozorikov. Duguay will chase this to the corner. Loose puck slides in front, and then Vates just dumps the 7 of Prozorikov down. Caleri at neutral ice. Traps it down for Vates. Vates will kick that across. Take it away from him as it's carried up. 24 is Jan Murnavi. And Murnavi won't get that one all the way through. It is tied up in the corner behind all of the fog of the glass. Now to the far side finally for the 5 of Coleman. Bond fires. Kick save Karlstrom. Bond's calling for it at the blue line. Held by Duguay. Slotted in the center there. Looking for a spot was Rhino. Couldn't get one. Finally does come all the way back. Bromley will work it. Neutral zone for Tardy. Tardy through to Bond, and it will slide in on Karlstrom for a stoppage of play. 3 and change left to go here in period number 2. Bromley. Backside for Tardy. Tardy. Bromley looking for the slot around for Rhino. Traffic in front of Rhino pushes it all the way to the outside. Ethan Brown defensively for the Dukes. Kicked around for Dowdlin. Whistle. Offside. Hagerman takes the face-off on that one. Ingwerson will try to push it along. Bolduc. They want a hooking call from the Dukes bench. They're not getting the hooking call. Off of Ingwerson. It's controlled at the blue line there by Length Spurts. Hagerman, Bolduc, and Davey as they work there alongside the 17 of Soma. Ingwerson. Bolduc. Soma for Hagerman. Hagerman left that one for Ingwerson. Back for Soma right over top of the goal. Came back, tapped in. Soma had to pull it a little bit. Draw play there for him. Turned around. Ingwerson caught a piece of someone and up into the netting and a stoppage of play. Vates takes the face-off, won by BHA, kicks all the way back. Hornberger thought it was going to slide back to him. It did not. Pallone chases that one to the corner. Vates was trying to get it. They got the slot pass across instead quickly. Driven into the zone by Craftsman. Hornberger works with Andrew Yozio. Dumped down hard And behind the play still is the 13 of Ryan Hornberger. Inside of the last minute to go here in the second. And that one driven in by Vera is stopped by Beal. Niner shoots traffic. Will carry him back, and icing will be stoppage of play. Tab. Stuck in the corner. Bromley tried to kick that one around. Nico Bromley! Oh, what a save by Karlstrom! Bromley had that one lined up perfectly, and Karlstrom flashes the leather straight out. Final 19 seconds here of the period. Bromley tries to go again. Traffic in front. Chased all the way back by Bond. Left on a twig score. Kaysen beats. Chased that one all the way back, and with 7 seconds left, has made this a 2-1 game. Well, that'll be something to talk about in the locker room in between the second and third period. Tardy gets tripped down. No call from the referees as the horn will sound, and we're through 2. Kaysen beats with 7 seconds left to go in the period. Breaks the deadlock. 2-1 after 2. You're watching RIC&M's hockey on Fans Only Sports Network. 1 Boston after 2, which normally would make everyone feel happy because we would be talking about the Boston Bruins saying that, but instead, in this instance, half of our viewing audience does not like this score line, and that is the half that roots for the gentleman with the M on their front of the jersey. Third period proceedings underway as the penalty boxes are empty to begin the frame. Matt Tardy, who has a goal, and that one died onto, and the puck is just dying. The water is not setting on the ice as well as they would like it to, and that's part of it is the humidity issue in the building. We've been talking about that since game 1. Icing will be called. And they're going to have to scrape up this ice with their skates as best as they can. Because that was a sequence that should have been an offensive juggernaut with about 2 or 3 shots on it for the Saints, and turned into the puck just dying 2 or 3 times. Ingerson. Tegan Ingerson will get that one pinned along the sideboards, looking for a little bit of help there from Bromley. Bromley will chase after it. He goes toe-to-toe against Coleman. Bromley a little shove from behind. Cuts right back in the middle. Davey back for Ingerson again. Ingerson tried to go after it. Teuton's right there. Pushed away. Sorry, check that. That actually still is the 5 of Trent Coleman. Ethan Brown along with Janis Lank-Sprutkus. Off the sideboards for Cam Tab. Tab! Oh, Boston score! Cam Tab fires one, and the bouncing puck kicks over top of Karlstrom's pad and into the back side of the net, and Tab has the goal to bring this thing level at 2. Niner. Caleri. Backside Niner once again. He switches that one across. Ryan Hornberger moves it down. So Tab gets the tying goal here early in the third period. We're honors even at 2. And the arm is going to go up. We're going to get a delay of game call for too many men on the ice. So Chris Pallone will go into the box, and timeout called by BHA. 2-minute minor penalty for too many men on the ice against Mount. We'll put the Dukes on the power play. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching RA Sandom's Hockey on Fans Only Sports Network.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly slice your sub right in front of you, which takes some training. sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Chris Pallone in the box and a 2-minute minor to mount for too many men on the ice. And right after Cam Tabb gets the tying goal, the defense has to go to work here, killing the penalty. And it's the 18 of Matt Tardy and the 16 of Jacob Rhino out there on the penalty kill unit as they work along with the 8 of Elliot Duguay. And the 9 of Ace Bond, and that one is sent all the way down. Coleman. Dawdlin. Seen through by Gavin Peel. Beal from the Gateway City, St. Louis, Missouri. Part of the goaltending tandem alongside the Calgary, Alberta native Grady Peterson. Vates at the blue line. Has that one taken away from him. Pazurikov. Vates. Ingwerson trailing. Vates nowhere to go, had no teammates along with him. And Krasovin takes it away. 18 seconds left remaining in the penalty kill. 13 left to go in regulation. That one deflected off of the Zamboni doors and came back on the backside of the net. 2-on-1 opportunities. Bromley goes along with Andriozzi. Bromley fires! And it goes wide. Picks it back up, has Andriozzi opposite corner. Pallone along the backside boards. Pallone pops that one free, looking for Andriozzi. Andriozzi has to loop in really quickly there as Krasovin was coming back into the corner. Bromley, Pallone, Andriozzi again, and that one wide this time from Pallone. Niner, Pallone. Pallone got it poked away from him by Gristini. Caden Gristini trying to flick that one back out of the corner. Gristini sent one for Kason Beats. Beats had the tying goal. Or excuse me, had the go-ahead goal for this Boston Hockey Academy Duke side that then was tied up to bring it to 2 by the Saints. Matty Tardy, Cam Tabb for the Saints today. Back in the neutral zone, corralled and turned by Evans. And offside. Duguay. Cross for Bond. They go up for Hagerman. Bond comes back to make a collision play, and Hagerman gets into a tie-up with Lank Sprutkus, and Sprutkus is still on the ice. And the BHA coach is having a chat with the officials. They wanted a major penalty. They didn't get the major penalty. Then they want 2 in a misconduct. They didn't get 2 in the misconduct either. They just got the garden variety 2 against Tristan Hagerman. Tardy. Duguay off of Bond icing. We'll bring it back down to the side of Beal. $11 left to go here in regulation. Picked up, shot, glove save on the opportunity from Jacob Rhino. Tardy, Matty Tardy inside, Tardy twirls that one. Tardy and Rhino chase as they work with Bond. Curls back around for Rhino. Rhino kicks it through Tardy all the way down. They're going to go for a line change. 1 minute left in the advantage as we play with 10 left to go in regulation. That one goes up off the side of the net. Kicked around and back out of the zone by Soma. Vates picks this up. What? Vates shot! Glove save! Jensen Karlstrom has had to come up big on 2 shorthanded attempts here from the Saints. Ingerson and Vates right along the blue line. Now this one peels out from Puryakov. Inside hard shot rides up the back side of the net. That one came from Easton Larson, went wide. Took that weird bounce off of the Zamboni doors. Blue line for Teutons. Taken away, Ingwerson. Caleri. Bolduc. Bolduc bounced one right past the side of the net. Soma will have one flicked past him to be scooped up by Beal. Today's game on Fans Only Sports Network brought to you by Stanley Tree. Employee owned and operated. Visit StanleyTree.com for more information, and by Hamden Sports Center, Connecticut's Hockey Pro Shop. Off of the sideboards, caromed through the corner. Gristini tried to send one on. Kicked aside by Beal. Caleri has it. Giacomo Caleri. Backhanded for Hagerman. Save from Karlstrom. All penalties expired. We play even strength hockey here with the final 8.5. Tristan Hagerman. Oh, that one right off the draw. Ripped by Tab and a save from Karlstrom. Draw once again and right to Karlstrom. So we'll do it from a third time from whence we came. Bromley. Hornberger fires one. Karlstrom makes the save. Came back for Rhino. Left for Hornberger once again. Back inside for Rhino. Rhino dumped that one down into the corner as he was looking for a little bit of help there from Bromley. Couldn't get his horseshoes all the way around. Comes back out up top for Niner. Niner fired that one in. Bromley had it bounce past him. Back in the neutral zone once again. Hornberger for Bromley. Bromley gets tied up, sandwiched in between two Dukes players right at the Dukes bench. Neutral zone play, Hornberger to the 2 of Andrew Niner. Bromley, poke checked, all the way back into the defensive zone. Niner chases this one behind Beal. Dumped down is Hornberger. No call from the officials for anything. We carry on proceedings. Teutons try to stop this one. Comes through in the slot. Tardy standing right there. Kicked away from Karlstrom. Beal shuts the door on the opposite side. I am Vera. Seven and change left to play here in regulation. Icing called. Just the 6th game of the broadcast season for yesterday. This is our 2nd one today. Are we going to see our first overtime game this quickly in the year? Bond chases that one to the corner. Tugay. Davey. Ingwerson rides the edge of the glass. Ingwerson looking for Griffin Davey inside. Nowhere to go. Davey peels it out. Will carry it around. Davey took to drop for Bond and got it poke checked out of the zone. Big play there from Charles Cameron. Bodies and sticks flying as the physicality of this game will pick up the closer that we get to the finish line of regulation. Bond forward for Davey. Davey with a few little nifty stick moves. Davey, space for Ingwerson, right in front, serve! Backhanded flick after the attempt got blocked from Tegan Ingwerson. The cleanup from Joey Andriozzi, and the former East Greenwich Avenger, now Saints player, has a goal. (3-2) with 6 left to go. Beal blocks that one out to the side. Bolduc will take this one out into the neutral zone. Bolduc fires, kicked aside by Karlstrom. Quick from Beats. Bolduc got in the way of that one defensively. Hagerman has that one as he picks that up and sends it out into the neutral zone. Bolduc and Caleri, along with Tristan Hagerman, work alongside with Cam Tabb, who has one of the 3 goals in this game. And they'll change lines now. So it's going to be Tardy, Niner, Vates, along with Rhino and Hornberger on ice right now. It's one for the 15 of Krasavin. Rocked in the corner, carried out. Tardy. Matty Tardy looking for his second of the game, and that one just high. Vates has it bounce past him. Krasavin. That gets taken away by Rhino. Rhino in the corner leaves it for Niner. Niner sends it all the way down, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play for icing. What a storyline. BHA struck first. Saints came back, tied it to make it 1-1. BHA went up, had it 2-1. Saints came back, tied it 2-2. And Joey Andriozzi, about 2 minutes ago, gets one through. A cleanup shot. Is that one right off the buzzer? Probably. And it hits off a BHA player into the net for a goal. Nico Bromley's going to get credited with the goal. It went off the shoulder of a BHA player after it hit off the crossbar, and it's 4-2. Ingerson pokes that one forward. Bromley chases that one down into the back. Duguay's going to get this one to the neutral zone, offside. Everybody couldn't get out quickly enough. Fates. Soma. Penalty. It's going to put Jacob Rhino in the box. 2-minute power play for hooking. 3:55 left to go in the third, and they're going to pull Karlstrom for the extra attacker. Empty net to our broadcast right. 6-on-4 as they try to work here. This one's going to carry them back into the neutral zone. Krasavin sends that one forward for Prozyakov. Tardy had it, bounce off of his boots. Bolduc has it, picked up, carried through by Vates. Vates will send it down, score! Jackson Vates will get the shorty. It's now a 3-goal lead at 5-2. And they have put Karlstrom back in as that one clearly backfired on the Dukes. Dewar. Kentaro Kubota. As it bounces off the sideboards past Bernavi. There is still a minute left to go on the penalty. I Icing called, and Mount has stretched this to a 3-goal lead. One more game left to play here at Adelard today. The U18s will take on BHA. That'll come up roughly about 10-12 minutes following the conclusion of this game. They'll quickly resurface the ice. And then the 5-minute warm-up period required before we play the proceedings. Back and try to twizzle one was Ingwerson. Kick save from a number of players in traffic trying to pepper Gavin Beal. Fired on the far side, wide of everything, Andriozzi, who has, without question, the biggest goal of the game today. It was the one to put the Saints ahead 3-2. Pallone will chase this one to the corner, and a whistle and a stoppage of play. Saints have not led in this game until Andriozzi's goal with 6 minutes left to go in the game. BHA scored first. It was 1-1. Then it became 2-1 as BHA scored. And they're going to score again as a long shot from the blue line. From the 19 of Jaden Evans, and it may have been deflected. And they're going to give it was deflected. They're going to say Ali Hahn is going to pick up his second of the game, and that is both BHA goals scored by Hahn. But to what we were saying, it was 1-0 BHA to 1-1 to 2-1 BHA to 2-2. Then Joey Andriozzi with 6 minutes left to go, 3-2 Saints. Then 4-2, 5-2 is where we stand. Inside of the last minute to play here in the period. And now 5-3 on Ali Hahn's goal. And Bond having some chats down in the corner with Jan Krasman. And there is a downed Mount player in the corner. Cannot see who exactly it is. It's the 23 of Jackson Vates. Vates skated off under his own power, which is always a good thing to see. That one scooted right across the mouth of the goal. Shot. Kick save made from Karlstrom on the fast-paced attempt that came from the 16. of Jacob Rhino. Dawdling, as Dawdling gets crushed into the boards by Bolduc. Final 5 seconds to go as Tardy fires when Karlstrom holds it, and they stop the clock with 1.4 seconds. And that'll be it. 5-3 final. What looked auspicious at so many times for the Saints turns in to a solid victory at the end. They'll cut the ice one more time to get things set for a game. And we'll have Game 3 action. U18's coming up round about 5:05 p.m. or something close to that. For the U16 side, they pick up win number 2 on the day for the Mount program. 5-3 final. Have a good night.